Few games with such high initial reviews are remembered so negatively by players years later. This week, I dusted off the old NBA Street home court and have played quite a lot. Man, this game was a letdown as the first NBA Street on the PS3 and Xbox 360 generation, after beloved NBA Street Volume 1, 2, and 3. It's been almost 20 years since this game came out, so I really wanted to play it with an open mind, and although it's not great, I genuinely feel like they were close to something good and want to provide some thoughts. You never know, the series might come back one day. Knowing EA can't compete with 2K on a basketball simulation, an arcadey streetball game could be where the money's at. Here's what the menu looked like. Game modes are all gimmicky versions of a pickup game, but with specific ways of scoring points. Like say, only shooting counts, only dunks count, or only game breaker points count. They even removed the dunk contest mode from previous entries, so the only real game mode here is Home Court Challenge. That's the career mode, if you will, in which you take your created player to different courts on the quest to building a better team as you battle increasingly difficult opponents.
You ain't gonna pull legendary status out of a microwave, man.
The first thing you'll notice is the color scheme was so bad. They were trying to go for style points, and to me it really flopped. You had kind of a beige gray filter over everything, sometimes with warmer colors in some locations, sometimes colder colors. It just made everything feel so bland and boring after the super colorful Volume 2 and 3. Here's what it could have looked like with a bit more contrast and saturation. Oh, and they also used a vignetting effect, which means the corner and borders of the screen are darker, as if you're watching on an old vintage TV. I don't know why they did that. The ball handling and controls, man. You have one button for crossovers and one for, spin moves and everything else with modifiers. So your bumpers on Xbox or R1, L1 on PlayStation for alternative or cooler moves. The thing is, it's just so unintuitive to use. Imagine having to think, I want to do it behind the back, so I'm holding right bumper, probably with the right trigger as well if I want to be fast, and then the X button. To be fair, a lot of games at the time had button-based dribble moves instead of the joystick controls that came after, but like College Hoops 2K8 had button-based crossovers and it created momentum that actually helped you get past your defender. Here is just an animation that has for the sole purpose of racking up points towards a game breaker. So you and the CPU often end up just spamming dribble moves in the backcourt or while backpedaling to avoid getting stripped. I really wish dribble moves actually were useful getting you to the rim, you know? Dunking is the game's bread and butter. The dunking animations actually do look super sick and seamless as you jump 20 feet in the air and bend the entire basket out of shape. The thing is, each player has a 3 animation dunk package. You have your main dunk and 2 modifier dunks. Each one changes a little bit based on how long you hold the button, so you can just throw it down, hang on the rim, or even do a double dunk. With the last one, you run the risk of missing the dunk. You also have an extra dunk animation for alley-oops, for jumping off a teammate's back, or during a game breaker. It's still not a lot, but I could have been okay with it, except, and listen to this, a player's dunk package is determined by the player's position. So all guards have the same, all forwards have the same, and all bigs have the same. This is peak EA laziness. It just makes gameplay so predictable. Dunk packages could have easily been something you choose for each player, which brings me to my next point. Customization is severely lacking. This is a streetball game. Half of the appeal is the freedom of playing how you want, where you want, and looking how you want while you play. Being creative. Unfortunately, the game is super rigid in this department, which was a huge step back from the last entry in the series. Starting with customizing your player. NBA Street Volume 3 had so many options for clothes and accessories and whatever. Here, you first kind of blend 2 NBA players' faces together for some reason, and that's your face. You then win a pair of shoes every 15-ish games and a few full outfits once in a blue moon. There's nothing really motivating you to move forward in the home court challenge, to be honest. I played a good chunk of games and only have 2 pairs of sneakers and 3 really ugly outfits to show for it. I also wish you could customize your court. The whole point of the game was that you're repping your home court, and even the intro video has for a slogan, put your home court on the map. But our home court is just the most plain generic little park with an H in the center, H for home court, yes. Not sure what they were thinking here. It would have been so easy to include just a few options for a backdrop or a paint job for the court, so we actually feel attached to it to some degree. I don't know if developers were lazy or stingy with the 3D design budget, but man, just a few easy tweaks would have made the game so much better. Anyways, it's becoming a rant more than anything, so I'll cut this short, but to be honest, every game felt the exact same, even with the various gimmicks they tried to implement. At the end of the day, you're always only playing 3v3 full court games, button mashing the steal button mashing dribble moves, seeing the same animations over and over again. It could only work as a couch co-op game you play once in a while, where you're trying to show up your friends by pulling off crazy double modifier dribble moves and dunk animations they've never seen before. I think that can be super fun, and animations flow together super well for a spectacular effect. But for it to be a fully fleshed game, they could have added more varied game modes, made animations less predictable, and dribble moves actually useful. And just a lot more ability to customize, to make the game our own and give us something to play for. Alright, that's all I got. Let me know if you've ever played this game or if you've ever wanted to try it. Until the next one, subscribe for old school basketball gaming content. Peace out.